forever done. As of January 1st, 2025, I am closing doors on my rental car business. I have 15 cars, and trust me, it's been nothing but a lot of problems when it comes to my own people. That's really sad. You would think black people would support a black business and treat it kindly. However, they have treated me extremely bad.
Listen, I was gonna let this go, y'all.
Well, I'm not going to let this go because it needs to be talked about. Where's all the unity? Where's Dr. Umar Johnson to speak on this brother having to close down his rental car company because of the ignorance and the lack of respect, the blatant disrespect that black people just walk around with, thinking it's cute, thinking it's cool, something to admire, something to do, just to be doing it. And because it's not theirs, they don't give a shit about it. Or, you know, he talking about there was cigarette, because there's a longer video of it. This was just a little snippet, but I understand exactly where this brother coming from. I mean, he actually had to go. This woman drove the car way off somewhere, and then told him she wasn't gonna bring it back because, you know, it said such and such. You know, I'm not bringing it back because I don't feel like it. This was her excuse. This was her reasoning for not bringing his car back. And he's a small business owner. It's not like he's Pisky or what's other large rental car places? Turo, you know, they was recently in the news for, you know, some stuff. But he's obviously not on the level of them. He's not a corporate rental car company. He's a small business owner. And obviously his clientele, I guess he viewed it as, you know what, I'm gonna help people on the lower end of the spectrum, the people that probably not going to be able to rent from these other places for whatever reasons. Maybe all they needed was a driver's license, the payment, the cost of renting the car might be a lot less than these other places. So he was trying to help out the black community, the community, and look what they did to him. Look what they drove him to. Now he's like, man, I'm gonna just shut it down. I ain't even gonna, you know. And people wonder why black people move out of black neighborhoods, move away from the community. The ignorance of the black community is just, it'll just drag you down. It'll just bring you down. It'll rub off on you, that bad luck, that curse that's permeating through the community. It'll bring you down in a worse way. And this brother, he actually thought he was doing something noble, helping out people that normally probably wouldn't even be able to rent a car like the ones he had. He had luxury cars like Mercedes, and I'm gonna find the longer version of this video. This was just a snippet I found on Instagram. And it just, I should have recorded it the first time I saw it, because I saw a longer version of it when it was probably the actual source video without this brother chiming in and giving his commentary. Nothing against him, but it was the guy had a lot more to say in that video while he was closing his business down, his rental car company down. And it's basically the blatant disrespect. They tore up his car. He was like, man, it had cigarette burns in the seats, and the panel on the dash was all cracked and stuff. It's like, why would you even do what are you trying to prove? What's the point in doing that? And then the one girl, your car is over here. I'm not gonna bring it back because I don't feel like it. I mean, you don't feel like it. He should have felt like pressing charges and locking her ass up. I don't know if his company was one of those companies that you don't have to put a debit card or credit card on file. So you can't really, if it's like that, then you can't even identify who you're renting to. So that's kind of, he kind of stepped in it on that one. But he probably thought he was doing a noble deed. And he just got taken advantage of, and it happens a lot. We do this a lot with each other. There's a lot of black people hate black people. The way you act, you don't respect them. Had that been, one of these large corporation rental car companies, they wouldn't do that because they know any damages to that car. First of all, they wouldn't be able to rent the car without having like some kind of bank account information, debit card information tied to the driver's license, and they got to be a legit driver's license. All that would have to be in order, so they wouldn't be able to just wreck the car and think they're gonna get away scot-free, because they would be on their ass, talking jail time, and then you're gonna pay for the damages. But I feel the pain. I feel the pain of his brothers. Like, man, I try to help y'all niggas out, and this is what the fuck y'all do to me. Shit, fuck y'all then. I'm out. So what he gonna do? He gonna dissolve his company, take the gains, and be done with it. And I don't blame him, because it's a lot of people in the black community nowadays. They just filled with a bunch of knuckleheads, mouth breathing idiots, and somebody needs to speak on it, because if somebody that's not black speaks on it, they're going to be deemed as racist. And at that point, everything that they say would be dismissed. You're like, oh, you just racist and you don't like black people. That's why you saying it. So it takes somebody that's black to actually say what it is and call it for what it is. And this is what it is. I mean, this brother didn't deserve that. So, I shout out to that brother. Man, it's unfortunate it had to happen like that. I understand what he probably was trying to do. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be like, man, fuck the black community. I'm gonna be out. Y'all scrape the bottom of the sardine canister, y'all on y'all own. I'm out. So it is what it is. Gen X Media 7.